Hey yo, my studio monitor almost took me out, gang. But anyways, big shout out to everybody that has been reaching out to me about all the news for NAMM because one of the things I covered earlier this week was the Fender Studio Pro release, which is Studio One being rebranded. I know a lot of people jumped into the comment section and was telling me like this has been a thing or whatever, and I'm gonna let y'all guys have it, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you guys in the comment section. More power to you. Hey, it helps my channel grow. But more so on the topic here, we have it right in front of us. It is on guitarcenter.com right now. I have it linked in the description box. Full disclosure, it will be an affiliate link because, why not? It is not out yet, by the way. I think it's supposed to come out in April. Boy, this damn studio monitor this monitor got me messed up right now. But as you can see, it does have an MPC layout. It looks fairly decent. Just looking at it for face value, we'll get a better look at it. We're gonna zoom in, and I like the fact that they took some key nods from other MIDI controllers that are on the market that are doing extremely well. For an example, you got Serato Slab. Of course, I don't know anything about Studio One or Fender Studio Pro, if that's the right name. Look, correct me in the comment section. Feel free to go ape shit. But other than that, bro, I see that it looks fairly decent. I mean, fairly decent as in you got the 16 pad layout. There is solo button. They have note repeat clearly. They're going to have clips and scenes, so that means that it's going to fall in line with almost every other thing here. What you cannot see, and I just have to go a little bit deeper into the deep dive here. At the bottom right side of the screen, you have your transport buttons, your undo buttons. And by the way, this is not the only one that they got. You have some navigation buttons. You have a data wheel right here. Those are things that most companies get wrong. I kid you not. I will tell you that companies get this wrong all the time when they are making a MIDI controller. And I know this is not their first rendezvous. Personas made the impact years ago, and bruh, that was ugly as hell. Just keeping it real. And I had no qualms when they dropped that. I just wasn't into Studio One or anything like that, but I think I'm going to get into it at least for a video or two. It's trending. It's trending. But yeah, design wise, it looks like it touches the right things. And if you're asking someone that has messed with a ton of 16 pad layout MIDI controllers in the past, does it pass the test? I will tell you that it does. It passed the test. I see it has like functions on the pads. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm pretty sure it's just like a shift function. Actually, if we look again, right over here at the bottom right side where the transport area is at, you see the shift button right there. So I'm assuming if you touch or press and hold shift, that you'll be able to do everything on these pads here, and it won't intervene with what your functionality will be like. It has a browse button. It has scale chords and so forth. So those things are key things when you have a 16 pad layout, because there's certain people, someone like me, that does not really care about a MIDI keyboard all the time. Sometimes I just want to make a beat on the pads and, just let that do its thing. It run its course. That's how I usually work here. But there are some other ones. There's another one that I've seen on the market. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up right now. Don't mind me. I'm doing this stuff live because there's so much news, bro. It is so much freaking news. And this is also on Guitar Center right now. Let's go ahead and take a gander at that. So this one is the Motion 32. The other one, I forgot the name of it or whatnot, and y'all can feel free again to correct me in the comment section. This is not out either, and we see the price is $329.99. I believe the other one is cheaper. We'll go back to that in a second. And this one has 2 touch strips, and when we're looking at this, we can see a whole lot going on. I don't know why I didn't use this view in the first place, but that's the habit of doing it live. And this is more of a keyboard version of it. These keys, let me know in the comment section if you like weird keyboards. I think, if you're a keyboardist or whatnot, you can appreciate this a whole lot. As someone that one of my main pieces. Big shout out to the homie Accurate Beast, because he's the reason why I got an OP1 in the first place. Now these other mother flubbers made me want to get one, but him, for sure. It Having keys like these does give you a different kind of a vibe. It's like that Seaboard thing that one company makes or whatnot. And I was supposed to do something with them years ago, but I just never did. But yeah, it has pretty much the same kind of layout, and you know, this layout makes sense. I'm sure this can be pitched, and then this is going to be modulation. So, it will give you more of a vibe, and it's important. I think the most important thing, and where a lot of companies, when they make their DAWs, where they drop the ball at, is that they don't have a MIDI controller. And I was wondering that when I was thinking about getting a Fender Studio Pro, whatever the hell it's called. I was thinking about that the first time. I was like, bruh, dude, I'm not a fan of not or messing with a DAW that doesn't have a hybrid controller of some sorts. This is one of my biggest qualms with FL Studio, by the way. Like FL Studio, when they dropped that Akai Fire, because I'm a Akai MPC shill, people would. I did not like it. I did not like the design. It's one of the few MIDI controllers that I've got from Akai that I did not like. And of course, if you are diving and you want to use like FL Studio or Ableton Live, they have the MPK Mini 4 that works extremely well. But it makes a huge difference in the experience, the user experience, that is. Because a lot of us, that have gray hairs and all this other stuff, we kind of like to, tinker with knobs. I don't know about the young heads. The young heads are they're different. But let's go ahead and take a deeper look at this yet again. I want to make sure that I look. Oh, that's the only shot that they have. Okay, all right. Well, okay then. Let's see. Some of the other things about it. 32 RGB polyphonic touchpads. Yeah, okay, that's cool. A hands-on controller expands creative control for production and performance. I can read, gang. 9 illuminated encoders provide clear visual feedback for real-time control. Works with any DAW for flexible integration, so it's just not just for their particular DAW, but it includes a perpetual Fender Studio Pro license and lets you create right away. Okay, that's dope, because Fender Studio Pro, be as it may, is only like $200 for the perpetual license. I don't know how they handle updates or whatnot, but they do have a subscription service. Do y'all love subscription services? I'm going to guess and say that y'all probably don't. Where in the world? All right, so I'm going to go back out. I don't feel like trying to be all extra fancy schmancy, bro. I'm just going to go ahead and full screen it so it looks a little better. No, so you don't get to see if it has like MIDI in, MIDI out, and the price of this is $269.99 or $270. Again, not out yet, so be aware. So let's see some of the features here. Hands-on control turns in the box production into a tactile experience. 16 RGB layout, polyphonic touch pads. So the pads will be velocity sensitive, polyphonic, and all that other stuff works in all DAWs. So if you want to work in all the DAWs, then yeah, you can work in all the DAWs. Over 30 chord progressions, inspire writing, arranging, and improvisation. So it is taking a page out of all the other MIDI controllers books, and makes sense to do that, bro. Like, why in the world would you have something like this and then you don't have any chords and stuff like that? I don't know the depth of it, but I've heard so many good things about Studio One that it doesn't, what I'm saying? Like, it won't be such a big bad deal or whatever. So, I definitely want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts about this controller, Fender Studio Motion 16? I know we're on the cusp of NAMM happening next week, so if this is a thing that might be around, hey, look, I'll interview the cats or whatnot. I plan on doing the BIG. You feel me? But yeah, I want to hear from you guys. Do you think it's going to be good? You think it's going to be a flop? I think it's going to be good. I think this is a good thing when you have something like this that functions with your DAW natively.